Here it is. Then because I want to top it off with cheese. So this is like, you know, an Italian dish. Just top it with a little bit of cheese. And if you want to do basil, you can do basil. But I just have a little parsley here. Just to kind of, you know, garnish it. Garnish it a little bit. Okay. It's a little bit more. And there you have it. Eggplant mushroom meatballs over polenta with a marinara sauce. So, okay, hi, I'm Amy, and though I'm not in my little kitchen, I am in a kitchen, and I'm making a new recipe. And so I hope you guys like it. This is an experiment, because not only is it a new recipe, but I'm not in my own little kitchen. So I tried to prep everything, figure out where everything is, you know, all the utensils and everything else that I need. But anyway, I'm hanging out at one of my kids' house and just, you know, kind of felt like I needed to visit my kids this week. I did a little bit of Zach and Tori birthday party, Jeremy and Odge, and now I'm at Molly and Joel's house just hanging out. It's kind of like a week for my kids. You know, sometimes as a mom, you just need to do that. You need to hang out with your kids. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. So we are making eggplant meatballs. Now, don't be freaking out on me. I love eggplant, and I'm always trying to look for new ways to use eggplant. And this was the perfect moment to make this meal because Chris doesn't like veggies. And so he would look at mushrooms and eggplant and where's the meat? And I'm like, but eggplant is kind of earthy. Mushrooms are a little bit earthy. And so I'm really hoping that these will really be good. You could use it in like meatball, like a meatball sandwich. I'm gonna make this over polenta with marinara sauce. I thought because this is a new recipe, we're talking meatballs, I'll go the Italian route, something that I'm a little familiar with, but I can see me, you know, doing different things with eggplant meatballs. So obviously we have eggplant here, big, huge bowl. This is about 8 cups. We have one package, about 8 ounces of, I use cremini mushrooms. I've got about 8 cloves of garlic. Yes, 8 cloves. Come on, you gotta love garlic. I don't know, we're gonna do a little bit of basil, maybe 1/4 cup. We're gonna do a little bit of parsley and I don't know, 1/2 cup maybe. We are going to do, let me see here, where is this? We're gonna do 1 cup. Can I dump this whole thing in here? Oh, I might need 2 of these or a little bit of another one. We're gonna use 1 cup of grated. And because I don't have my grater, I don't have all of my utensils that I have in my own kitchen, I just went ahead and bought grated Parmesan cheese. So I'll get another container out. What else? A little bit of Italian seasoning, some eggs, because you need something to bind it. Some panko breadcrumbs, a little bit of olive oil. You know, just, it may not be quite as involved as a regular meatball, but it's still gonna be involved. And the one thing that I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna roast the, in fact, I should have done that on the oven instead of baked. I'm gonna roast the eggplant for maybe about 10, 15 minutes, the same with the mushroom. I'm not sure I can put this on the same pan because look at all of this. So, let me finish chopping up the rest of this. I'm gonna, and the skin's on the eggplant. This was kind of a young eggplant at the store, so I'm hoping it's got enough flavor in it. But yeah, I just slice it up. We're just gonna chunk it up, rough chop, little cubes, however you want. And eggplant and mushrooms really absorb But if you put salt with it as you roast it and everything, it will kind of draw out the water. So I'm debating here because I don't want all the water in with the meatball that I make. So I might just drizzle, I just might sprinkle a little bit of salt on this, but nothing that I want to freak out over because I don't want this as mush. And how we're going to, you know, make a meatball, obviously they're not going to be this big into these little chunks. After it's done roasting, then I will fine chop it. So anyway, all my kids are doing great. Summer's here. I don't know. What are your guys' summer plans? What are you guys doing this summer? What's happening this summer? I don't even know what's happening this summer. I just know it's hot here. That's for darn sure. But that's okay. You know, one minute we're complaining because it's too cold. The next minute we're complaining there's too much rain. Next minute we're complaining that it's too dry, too hot. We just have to be happy in the moment because you know what? As the song that I sang to all my kids, this is the day the Lord has made. So let's be grateful. Let's be grateful that we have this day. That's what my dad always said. Especially the older he got, he's 95 right now. I mean, he's going strong. I'm like just amazed over my father. Anyway, he's like, well, it's not like I go to the grocery store and buy green bananas. Meaning, why buy green bananas? Because he may not be here the next day to eat it. Or I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Oh, but it's true, you know? It's like, just be grateful for the day. Don't worry about tomorrow. It'll be done. Okay, I'm gonna chop up 2 more garlics. I love garlic, man. You should smell the kitchen right now. A little bit of basil, definitely garlic. We're gonna get some stuff going on here. Okay. Just gonna try and mince this up as much as possible. I'll probably redo it a little bit too before I add it to the meatballs. One thing I thought about too is that, but you'll get a lot of juice that you may not get out of the bag. Because I don't have a food processor here or any of that stuff or that kind of grater, you can put the garlic in a plastic bag and just use your meat mallet and just kind of mash them up a little bit. That'll get them, that'll get your garlic a little more fine and a little more minced up. Because I love garlic, but sometimes, unless it's garlic bread or something like that, or something with garlic, sometimes you don't want to bite into a big or a little piece of garlic and stuff. It can be intense for some people. All right. I think I got it here. Oops. Some escaped. All right. Tell you, I have been having such a mellow day. It's a lot of work to do nothing. I don't have very many days of that, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, while these are roasting in the oven, I'll go ahead and get my other parm and check out my, chop up the parsley. But let me check out my oven first. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, well, I might have to do 2 roasting pans here because there is so much eggplant. So we'll see how it goes. Let me get a spoon out. Get a spoon out. Let's drizzle some oil. All right. See if I can do this gracefully without, and like I said, eggplant is sometimes like a sponge. So I might have to drizzle a little more oil on here. I don't even know if I have a bigger bowl than this at home. This is a lot. And you want to be careful not to put too much oil on your eggplant, because as it roasts and everything, it will absorb it, then it'll become mushy. So, you know, you want a little bit to help it roast, but not too much. It's kind of neat going to different types of grocery stores when you're out of town and everything. I went to this one grocery store in town, and it was really neat. It reminds me of a grocery store at home, and just, you know, kind of like that neighborhood community type of thing. And I really liked it. Just a little more, not too much. Okay, that's enough, Amy. Okay, we're gonna just get this going here. And I think when it's on the pan, I will move it around. Hopefully this will be big enough. I don't think this will be enough room to do mushrooms, so I have another roasting pan, baking sheet to do. So like I said, I'm probably gonna roast these at least 15 minutes. There's a lot here. Okay. My little salt. You know what? I'm gonna use this salt. Just a little bit to add some flavor. Some pepper. Okay. There we go. Oh, I cannot wait to try this. I am just so hungry right now. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to put that in the fridge in a minute. We're gonna get our mushrooms. I already chopped these up. I chopped them in half, and I chopped the half in about quarters. We're gonna add a little bit of oil, just a little bit. Ooh. Here we go. It's amazing what roasting does to vegetables and stuff. I don't know what it is. It just brings out flavor. Okay. I'm gonna use this salt. Little twist there. A little twist here. I know you can tell that I'm not in my own kitchen, because look at, I don't even have an apron on. It kind of scares me. I want to make sure I don't get too messy all over this shirt. Oh. Gotta get some parchment paper. Okay, we'll get our mushrooms here. I mean, there's not very, I mean, it's a whole package of mushrooms, but I just didn't think they'd roast nicely with the eggplant. So I'm gonna put the mushrooms and eggplant in the oven for maybe about 15 minutes, check on them, stir them around a little bit, and maybe roast them for another 10, and then we can start making meatballs. Okay. I'm back. Anyway, let's get going on and making meatballs. We are making eggplant meatballs. I chopped up the basil. I chopped up the mushrooms. They're in here. we're gonna go ahead and add in the parsley. Well, let me get this a little bit more. We're gonna chop up the parsley because basically we're all hungry and I gotta get the show on the road. Okay. I'm gonna add the parsley. The parsley, what did I say? Like a half a cup or something? I'm gonna just try and chop up the garlic just a little bit more. Just to make sure it's fine. It's, you know, like I said, you don't wanna bite into a big chunk of garlic. I mean, I love garlic, but not like that. Okay, so we got the parsley, we have the garlic. I'm gonna add the salt at the very end. I wanna make sure I get all this goodness in there. I need at least a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese, so we're gonna go ahead and just add this whole container. It's 5 ounces, so I got about 3 more ounces. I'm gonna get a fork here. Kind of mix this part all in. I'm gonna wait on the breadcrumbs and the eggs. I'll add the spices after I chop up the eggplant. So the eggplant has just cooled down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gluten-free or any of that stuff, or dairy and all that. So if you wanna substitute something else beyond eggs, it could be cashews, just plain cashews, just in the food processor, that may work. Or, I don't know, maybe quinoa or chickpeas, I'm not sure. So those of you who are out there that are gluten-free, dairy-free, or whatever, you'll probably have a better idea of what to substitute. Okay, let's get the eggplant over here. Okay, here we go, you guys. Okay. I think I might just do a little bit at a time since there's so much of this. We'll do half of it or something. Okay, so I'm just really gonna try and get this as minced up as I can without having to put it in a food processor. If you do have a food processor and you wanna go that route, be careful that you're not polarizing it and turning it into mush. So, this will take a little bit of time, so be patient. Because you want good meatballs. Who doesn't want a good meatball? And like I said, you can use this in so many different ways. On salads, you know, like a green salad. I make a meatball sandwich. I'm gonna put this over polenta. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish chopping up the eggplant, and we'll be back, and then we'll be able to make some meatballs. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make some meatballs now. I've got my pan here. I've chopped up my eggplant. I'm gonna mix this in here with the mushrooms, the basil, the parsley, and the Parmesan cheese. But I do need a little bit more. I mean, tell you guys, this smell, and the garlic, it smells so good. I just need about 3 ounces here. So I think that'll be enough cheese. Because you need about a cup of the Parmesan cheese. That will help bind the meatballs together as well as the eggs will. So let's get some seasonings in here. I didn't want onions in here because I thought onions, mincing up onions, it's another wet ingredient, but also I thought the onions would be a little more overpowering. So I'm just gonna do a little dash of onion powder. As you can tell, it wasn't much, but I'm definitely gonna add some Italian seasonings because come on, we're making meatballs, people. So we're gonna add that. I don't know, I felt like a little bit of heat. I'm just gonna add a few red pepper flakes. And then I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt. Well, I'm gonna taste a little bite of this before I add anything else, just to see what's happening here. Oh yeah. Guys, definitely garlic. I could almost call these eggplant garlic meatballs. So this is at least a couple of teaspoons of Italian seasoning, or you can use a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, because you already got basil in here. So this will call for 2 to 4 eggs, but I'm only gonna add in 2 at first. We'll see how it goes. These look like big eggs. Because you definitely want something to bind this. But I don't also want to create, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna need at least 3. Well, let's wait and see. So a lot of this was just chopping up the mushrooms, chopping up all the eggplant and garlic, but oh, I think it's gonna taste good. And I'm hoping everyone else will like it too. Okay. I'm just gonna do 3 eggs. I think 4 is a little too much. So I'm gonna put in my recipe. I think I had pepper go down my throat. I think I'm gonna put in the recipe 2 to 4 eggs. You be the judge. You don't want your meatballs too wet because, you know, they'll kind of be mush and soft. Now let's get in there with some breadcrumbs. Where's my measuring thing here? Here we go. I'm using panko. You can use regular. I like panko because, especially if you're dealing with a kind of a wet ingredients, it kind of absorbs some of that. But still has that little bit of crunch maybe. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the other half. Oops. Oh yeah. Yep, half. Well, I'm glad I bought breadcrumbs. I almost used the whole container. Anyway, I think this will be good for going to a potluck, graduation party, whatever you're doing during the summer. You know, if you're planting that vegetable garden, you got eggplant and you don't know what to do with, and parsley and basil, I think this is gonna be the perfect little summer kind of recipe. Okay. I think, now am I done here? I think so. Okay. Just want to form them into little balls. I'm using the same parchment because I don't think I have enough parchment. Probably probably should have just used a tablespoon. Try not to get everything else all messy. Oh yeah, that's better. So I'm going to continue on and make these meatballs. I will probably have, I don't know, 36. Might have 36. I'm sure you don't want to watch me make meatballs the whole time. So these are eggplant meatballs. I'll see you back here when I'm done and putting them in the oven. Okay, I'm done making the meatballs. I've got the one pan in the oven already, and here is the other one. So hopefully in about 25 to 30 minutes, you want them a little brown on top, but definitely underneath until they're firm and hold their shape. It's pretty much when they're done, but I'm thinking 30 minutes. So I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. We're gonna serve them over polenta with a little bit of marinara sauce. So see you then. Okay, you guys, I'm very excited about this. The meatballs are done. I'm gonna try and pick a little meatball because I already had a sample. And let's try this one. But this is what the meatball looks like. It's done just like a regular meatball. The star of the show is still the star of the show. I'm so excited that these turned out. These are so, so delicious. Let me dish it up and I'll show you how I'm serving it. I'm gonna put a little polenta in here. Here's my polenta. Then I'm just gonna put like 3 little, well not little, but they're kind of, or if you want more, you can have more. Here it is. Then because I want to top it off with cheese, so this is like, you know, an Italian dish. Just top it with a little bit of cheese. And if you want to do basil, you can do basil. But I just have a little parsley here. Just to kind of, you know, garnish it. Garnish it a little bit. Okay. It's a little bit more. And there you have it. Eggplant mushroom meatballs over polenta with a marinara sauce. So now let me bite into the whole thing. And you know what? You could serve this over mashed potatoes. How should I say? Noodles, pasta, you know. But I don't know. I just felt like polenta. And I made soft polenta, not hard. But anyway. You know what, you guys? I may go ahead and make this for Chris and not even tell him what's in it. Just say, oh yeah, they're meatballs, you know, meatballs. And to see what he thinks. I really want to give this a try because they do taste like meatballs, but it's all vegetarian. Well, besides, you know, if you're gluten-free, you substitute something else for the breadcrumbs. But anyway, I hope you check out Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen on my YouTube channel, or go to the website, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, or Amy, whatever. Go to the YouTube channel, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. Check out this recipe, eggplant mushroom meatballs, and all of the other recipes out there. So enjoy. Keep gathering around the table with family and friends. So I'll see you back at my little kitchen. Okay. Bye.